So hello everyone, today we are going to start with the other lecture of surfacing, in which we are going to go through one more part of surfacing. We are going to make one TV set. We can see the image here. So we are going to make one TV set here by using surfacing tools. So for making this TV set, we are going to go through multiple features of the surfacing tools. So that will be the practice for surface tools also. We'll start with mechanical design and we are going to select wireframe and surface design to start surfacing. We'll say TV casing here. Say OK. Now, first thing we are going to make here is this profile. Means the cross section of this part you can see here. The values for these are given here. So one horizontal line with length of 12 mm. At the bottom side one 22 mm line, horizontal only. And the distance between both the lines is going to be 100 mm. Later we are going to make one arc of radius 125. So let's start with the model now. Select the front plane, say sketch. And first we are going to make one horizontal line. The length for that is going to be 12 mm. So I'll double click here to change the length. Next one more line at the lower side with reference to the origin only. So this distance we are going to take here is 22 mm. Upper one was 12 mm, this one is 22. The distance between these two lines is going to be 100. That will be the vertical distance. So here the distance between these two lines, vertically it's going to be 100 mm. Next we need to make one arc also here. So for making an arc we are going to select circle tab and here we have 3-point arc. 3-point arc starting with limits. Double click here. First point, second point and this third point. So the radius for this arc is going to be, I'm going to give this here radius here as 125. Say 125. Say exit workbench. Now I'll say extrude boss. So extrude command and we need to make it extrude by total 100 mm. It is not given here. We have one more diagram for the reference. So here we can see this total width of this TV case is given 100 mm. As well as the height is also given 100 mm. So this width is 100 mm. We'll say 50 mm and symmetric extent on mirror sides. So that the total distance will by default come 100 mm. 50 mm on one side and 50 mm on the other side. It is because of this mirror extent. Say preview and OK. Next we are going to cut these corners. For that one we have image reference here. So I'm going to open this image. We can see here. We'll zoom it a little bit. We need to make one arc or we can make a circle also with radius 50. So here we need to establish this point and make one arc or circle with radius of 50 mm. Distance of this point is 5 mm from this vertical edge. I'll make one sketch here. Say sketch. We are going to take one circle. The radius for this circle is given 50. So I'm going to take this diameter as 100 only. Say 100. Next we need to position this point properly here. So from this edge the distance is given as 5 mm. We'll take this distance as 5 mm. So here we can see one sketch has been made and the 5 mm distance is taken from the front side of this casing. Next we are going to say extrude to this circle here. Say exit workbench and go for extrude command. We don't need direction or limit to, we'll say 0. And the length we are going to say here is 100 mm. Preview, say OK. Now we can see here, after making this cylinder, this is the extra portion we need to cut. We can see the corner sides of this flat face above side are also to be cut here. This portion as well as the upper side little bit, these corners are coming outside. So they are also to be trimmed or cut. For that we are going to use split command here. So for split command, select the command, say split. And elements to cut, I'm going to select this mid body and cutting element that will act as the cylinder And now we can see the outer side of this mid body part are showing transparent. We need to confirm it. We need to see the corners also. So now this corners are also showing transparent here, means they are going to be cut. Say OK and preview. Lastly, we have cut this corners and the above corners also. We can see here no extra corners are remaining now. We'll hide this cylinder later. It was the cutting tool, we'll hide it later. Next, we need to hide this sketch also now. So here we have this main section, center section of this TV set. We need to make this backside portion now. Now after cutting that corners, we can see the shape. I'll say this side view here. Now we can see this shape, it is cut in a curved manner. At the above side also, suppose if I say top side here, in top side also you can see this curve is coming now. It is not a straight edge, it is curved now. As the above corners also been trimmed. After making this cut, we are going to go for the back portion here. So we can see here, this back portion we need to make. We are going to use loft command for this. And the profile we are going to refer this image here. So we need to make one line first at the mid plane of this body. So we'll go on the model. Select the mid plane. So this plane, that is the visored plane, is passing through the mid. I'm going to select that plane and say sketch. And we need to make one line here. Something like this, and we can see the values are given here. From the bottom side this point is given 60 and the above side also this point is given 60. The angle here is taken as 20 degrees and the horizontal distance is given 20 for the starting point of the line. Say constraint for dimensioning. From the bottom side it is given 60 mm and the other end point of the line from the upper side is given also 60 mm, same value. Next, the angle. So for the angle we are going to take this horizontal reference and this inclined reference. Say this angle as 20 degrees. The starting point we are going to set 20 mm here. So I'll take this line little bit backside and continue with the constraint dimensions. So these 2 points, right click and say horizontal again. We are going to take this value as 20 mm. Now this line is completely constrained, we can see here, it is not movable. If you want to confirm whether this sketch is constrained or not, we have one more toolbar here. So this toolbar name as tools, we are going to select the last option, sketch solving status. Now it is showing ISO constraint. So in this way also you can confirm whether your sketch is constrained or not. We'll place it above here and now say exit workbench. Now we need to make two rectangles at two endpoints of this line. So first we are going to make one rectangle at the back side. We need to take one plane here. For that we have this image reference. We can see here this back side rectangle is showing here. And the rectangle's above side is coming at the line's endpoint at the back side. And the rectangle size is given as 50 by 40 mm. So let's make it now. So to start with, we need to take a plane here, select the wireframe toolbar and select the plane option. Here we'll select the line and then we need to select this point. The plane will come normal or perpendicular, we can say, to this line. Say OK. And now say sketch to this plane. Make it normal at proper side. And we are going to make one corner rectangle here. The size for this rectangle here is given as 50 by 40 mm. So double click on constraint toolbar, select this side of that rectangle and we are going to take this value here as 50 mm. And this height we are going to take as 40. It is also shown in the figure that the rectangles above top side is coincided with this line's endpoint. We can see here in this sketch, the rectangles above side is coincided with the endpoint of this line at the center. So we need to say coincide relation here. I'm going to select this point and line and we need to go for the constraint as coincide. Next we need to make it normal and say symmetric to make it at the center position. So I'll say it normal here. Select both the sides of the rectangle, select the axis here and say symmetric relation. So the rectangle will come automatically at the center of this body. Now after constraining and making this rectangle, we need to go at the other side. We need to follow the same process. Say exit workbench, then select the wireframe toolbar first, and we need to select the plane option, select the line and end point here. So the plane will come perpendicular. Say sketch to that plane. Make it center align at this frame. Now we are going to make the other rectangle. We are going to take the corner rectangle only. Now next, here it is a little bit faint image, but we can see here this above rectangle or the bigger rectangle, it is having 9.5 mm distance from the upper side of the smaller rectangle. Both the rectangles upper sides are at 9.5 mm apart. So we'll take the value here 9.5 mm. This line and this line, we are going to say it as 9.5 mm. We need to make this rectangle also symmetric with the center axis or vertical axis. Say OK. Next we need to put up the value for this rectangle. So the sizes for this rectangle is given as 65 horizontally and 60 vertically. This distance is given from the center as 32.5, half of 65 mm, the total width. So we are going to take this value and make it constrain here. So this distance is given as 65 and this distance is given as 60 mm. Next, say exit workbench, and now we need to make a multi-section here. So the toolbar we are going to use here is surfaces, and in that the second last command, that is multi-section surfaces. Select both the profiles, but here we can see the closing points are coming at the opposite corners. They are coming at upper side only, but at the opposite corner. One closing point is at the first rectangle at right side and second one is at the left side. So we need the direction of the closing point at same point corners only. So I'm going to make one point replaced here. I'll select this point, say replace, and we are going to replace it in front of this closing point, the above one. So now they are coming in place front to each other. Say OK. We also need to see the arrow directions of these rectangles. They are coming both at the left side only. Say OK. So now this multi-section has been made. We can see here. But this extra portion we don't want it here. So we are going to say trim. These extra portions also as well as the in-between portion also we need to say trim. So for that we are going to use trim command only now. This time we are not going to use split command. We are going to use trim command. Select both the entities in between which we want the trim to be occurred. So I'm going to select this face and this body. Say other side. We don't want this to be trimmed. Say other side here also. And now we can see this mid portion and this extra portion is going to be trimmed here. So till the time we don't get the result for the trimming which we want, we are going to click on these other side options. One combination you will get which is going to be this one. Say OK. And these two extra portions, that is this mid portion and the corners, are going to be trimmed now. So now the extra portions are been trimmed. So this is the main shape we required here. After completing this, we are going to hide the planes and sketches which we don't require here. We can see here. But one issue is coming, that even after making this multi sections, the corners are not been connected properly. As we can see, these edges are little bit twisted here. It is because of the multi-section cross section selected. So I'm going to click on this command here to edit it feature. And here in coupling, we are going to select the mode as tangency or tangency then curvature. So instead of ratio, it was selected ratio earlier. That's why these edge issues are coming. So to solve that, we are going to select tangency or tangency then curvature. These two options are to be selected when the two profiles are same, means rectangle on the other side also and the same side also. Or else if you are having both sides circles, then we can go for this tangency and tangency then curvature. Both sides of the loft are same in shape, then we can go for these two options. Say OK. And now we need to say update as it is showing in red color. If the part is shown in red color, we need to say update. So shortcut key for update command is Ctrl U. And now these corners are repaired properly here, we can see. So after making this part, we are going to make these sides close here. These sides are to be made closed. We can see here in photos also, the sides are closed by the panels here. So we need to close that sides, both the sides, right and left. But it will only work when the sketch or boundaries are completely closed, then only. So we need to make one line here. The other boundaries we are having these edges, but we need one line here to close it. So in wireframe we have this 3D line option. We are going to select this line option, and here we are going to use this option, that is point to point, to make the 3D line. So your point to point only, select the first point and the second point. We can see here this line is coming, say OK. Now at one side there is line and on the other sides edges are there, so as to make it a close profile. These were the conditions for fill command. We'll apply the fill command now. Select the fill, select the lines, then the edges. And while using this fill command, the selection should be such that all the figures are to be selected one by one in the cycle mode only. Means we cannot jump from this line to directly this edge. We need to give the selection in the cyclic mode, that is first line, then this edge, then the upcoming edge, and then the last edge. It will show close counter, say preview and OK. So now we can see this side panel is also been made. Same we are going to do with the other side also. Select this line, select the point to point option and select both these 2 points of vertex points. Say OK. Next we need to go for this fill command now. Select the fill command, select this edge, this line, this other edge, and lastly this edge, making it a close counter. Select in cyclic manner only, say OK. And this other side also has been made now. Hide the line sketches. OK. Now we need to close it from the back side also. So for that again we are going to use same command, that is fill. Select the edges in cyclic manner. When this close counter option appears, it means we can say OK now. Next we need to make this cutout here. One cutout is here in there. So we are going to make this cutout. So this cavity we can see 5 mm deep, having corners rounded by 1 mm. That round corners we are going to give it at last. And this cavity shape is given rectangular at the back side by the sizes of 20 by 10 and depth is 5 mm. So we are going to make that rectangle on this face. I'll flip this side here first. Next we are going to make this rectangle. The placement dimensions are given 20 by 10. So we'll take these dimensions here. Make it fully constrained. This size is 20 mm. This one is 10 mm. And for positioning dimensions, the values are given 5 by 5 from the left and bottom side. So here we are going to put that dimensions 5 by 5. On this side it is 5 mm. From the bottom side also it is given 5 mm. Making it a complete constraint sketch. Say exit workbench and go for extrude by making it extrude by 5 mm. So here we are going to say extrusion by 5 mm only. We can see here it is extruded it by 5 mm at the internal side. We need to cut the extra portion here. So for that we are going to say split command. Say elements to cut this one and cutting element this extrude. So we can see this in between material is going to be removed. Say OK. And finally we have this cavity also here. So according to the shape we have completed the body here. Lastly we need to give the fillet at the corners. For that we are going to give 3.5 fillet on all the 4 sides here, and the remaining edges we are going to fillet it by 2 mm. But for fillet it is compulsory for us to join them together first. All bodies should be joined together. So we are going to say join command. We are going to select all the joints we need. Say these 2 sides also and say OK. Now after everything is joined we are going to go for fillet. So fillet option we are going to get this option in different interface, that is generative shape design. And here in generative shape design, we have this operations toolbar. Here we are going to get this option in operations toolbar at the fourth number. The type, we are going to select the second one. We are going to say this fillet says 3.5 mm all the four corners. For this back panel, say them 3.5, say preview and OK. Next, all the remaining corners are going to be filleted by radius 2 now. We have selected face instead of edge. Just remove it and go for the edge selection only. Zoom it properly and then only select. Sometimes the face may get selected and that will not be proper for the selection. All the edges we need to select here. Only this internal edges are remaining. The radius size for that is different, so we are not going to select them together here. Say preview and OK. The radius we need to take here 2 mm only, so we are going to update it. We have taken 3.5 here. Just double click it for updating and change the value. Next, lastly, we are going to go for the radius 1 fillet on the internal side of this cavity. So again, fillet command, select all the 4 sides. Give this fillet as radius 1. We'll confirm it here. So here all the round is of 1 mm. We can see corners rounded by 1 mm. So it is 1 mm proper. Say OK. But still these 4 corners are remaining. That are also to be added by 1 mm. So I'm going to double click the feature to edit. And we are going to add this all internal 4 corners also. Zoom it a little bit. Select these corners now. And say OK. Now this complete body has been made. We are going to apply some appearance here. So for applying the appearance, we have this apply material option. Just click on it. So in painting, we are going to select any color here. I'll say this color as dark green. Just drag and drop it on the title of model tree. We can see here this color has been applied. In model tree we can see it here. Say apply and OK. Now to show the appearance, we need to change the view style. Select the third last option, that is shading with material. And we can see here this material has been applied. If you want to apply the thickness, we can apply the thickness also. But we are not going to apply the thickness here. You can see this complete appearance has been shown. So this was the part for today for practicing the surfacing tools. We are going to continue with some more part for the practice for surfacing. So till then, thank you and continue watching the playlist for CATIA and continue learning the CATIA tools. So till then, thank you.